So, here, this is an important lesson which we are focusing on today, that is on body language. That what kind of body language you have to maintain at the time of, or you can say during the day of your speaking, right? So, body language, first of all, I'll tell you the basic thing that it creates a positive impact on your speaking test. When you're giving your speaking, whatever your body language will be, it will attract your examiner or glue the attention of the examiner towards you. So it is considered to be very important in depicting a confident personality. You look very confident if you maintain a good body posture. No doubt you will not be evaluated on the basis of your body language. Now you can see that yes, you are not assessed or judged on the basis of your body language, but if you are maintaining this body language, it will improve your bounce. It will show your interest and curiosity in the speaking test. However, it is something which is counted, as it is rightly said that first impression is the last impression. You have heard about this sentence or this quite a lot, and you are familiar with this. That whenever you give a first impression to the other person, it seems to be a last impression because the other person can easily judge you on the basis of that impression. So, now our today's lesson will be focused on this body language part, and there are four things we're going to discuss in this lesson. The first thing is related to posture and sitting style. How well you sit, how well you maintain your body and balance your body while speaking. Then comes gestures, that how you move your hands, whether it's in a positive manner or in a negative manner, how to avoid using your hands in a negative manner. So we'll talk about all these things. Then comes the eye contact. So you have to maintain a good eye contact with the examiner. You cannot stare the examiner, but yes, maintaining an eye contact is important and crucial. Then comes dressing style. Now here in IELTS examination, I know that it's not important that you have to dress formally while giving your speaking test. You can also wear casual clothes. But yes, if you dress formally or semi-formally, so definitely it improve your band scores, and it improves the impression on the invigilator. So definitely it should be a very clean and tidy attire which you wear in your speaking. So let's discuss one by one all these important things. Now let's focus on the posture and sitting style. So here there's a picture I have attached in this part, and you can see that how well she's maintaining her posture at the time of interview. So let's discuss the points one by one. Keep your back straight and firm while sitting on the chair. You can see a girl here is sitting on the chair and she's maintaining her posture. She's keeping her back straight and she's looking so firm while sitting. And in fact, it's depicting her confidence and comfort. And then comes, it is recommended not to slouch forward or backward, as such a position depicts your casual and not really bothered attitude. Now, slouching is definitely prohibited in your speaking test, because if you slouch forward like this, you can move forward on the table, or you lean backwards, like slouch backwards. So, definitely, it's not allowed. If you slouch backwards, it will depict your overconfidence, and if you slouch forward, it will depict that you are nervous. So, it's better not to do both these things. Then comes, try to push your shoulders down and maintain a steady balance of your upper body while sitting. Now, it's not very restricted. You can just keep your body the way it is, but it's important that you should keep your shoulders down and firm. And when you are maintaining a steady balance of your upper body, it will definitely depict your confidence again. So it's important. You can see that the girl is maintaining a good posture. You can follow this girl because she's looking perfect. Then comes, carry the upright, straight posture from the moment you arrive in the speaking room. So, the moment you get into the room, you greet your examiner by saying, "Good morning, sir," or "Good evening, sir." Then you can sit, you can drag the chair slowly and then sit down and maintain the posture till the end of your speaking. Like, if you enter the room in a very lazy manner and you say, "Good morning, sir," and then you just sit back and relax, and then just maintaining your posture at the time of speaking when the first question is asked to you, that's wrong. It's better to just enter the room by having that confidence and maintaining the same posture till the end of the speakings. Now, The important point says that's fifth, when you are asked a question, lean slightly forward to show your curiosity and interest in the conversation. Now, here, if you remain in this position throughout your 11 to 14 minutes of speaking, now you can see that you will look like a robot. And you think, or you are sure that you are humans, not a robot. So it's better to just move your body slightly, and you can just lean slightly forward when you're asked a question, because it will actually make the invigilator also more comfortable, and it will create an interest and curiosity in the conversation. Then comes sixth point, try to keep yourself at one spot. It will show your focus and interest in the session. Now, here, when you keep yourself at one spot, it's important. You can move your body slightly, but yes, remain in one spot. You cannot dance on the chair, right? You cannot move your body so much, because it will deduct your bands in that case. And if you keep the posture in a straight manner, it will show your focus and interest in the session, and it will definitely keep the curiosity there. So these are the important points which you need to make sure that yes, you will maintain this posture for these minutes, but yes, you can move your body slightly according to the questions, according to the conversation, and according to the environment. Let's come to the next part, that's gestures, hand and body movements. Now I'll show you the first point and then show you some pictures. Now, the first point says it is important to use subtle gestures to express yourself while speaking. Now, it's a very common mistake that most of the candidates do while speaking, that whenever they are giving their speaking or giving their answers, when they try to express themselves, they just keeping their hands on the lap and not using their hands. That's something which is a strict no no. You cannot just sit quietly and just seem to be like a robot. You have to use certain hand movements to depict your answer or to give an answer, because you need to make sure that yes, I have an answer for a particular question and I have to convey that answer to the invigilator. And in this case, examiner will also take interest in listening to your answer carefully. Then comes the second point. I'll tell you that what kind of hand movements you have to do in your speaking test. Now, hand movements like touching your fingertips, you can do it. Clasping palms, you can just, fold your hands or use your hands slightly. Then moving your fingers as you speak. You can use your fingers to, express your answers, as these are the signs of honesty and openness. And it's very normal. Sometimes you can also try resting your hands on your lap. Now, sometimes I've used this word because you can rest your hands for sometimes, but for some answers, there are some opinionated questions. So you have to give your opinion. So it's better to use your hands in those cases. So I'll show you that. See, the girl is giving the interview, and then she used her fingers and hand in a certain way with a smile, that she's expressing herself and she's maybe giving an opinion. So it is creating a good conversation. It is actually creating an attention of the examiner towards her. So these things are really very important. Then comes, what are the things which you have to avoid? So I'll tell you now those things. Avoid doing indecent actions which make you look nervous and unpredictable. So I'll show you some picture and I'll show you that what kind of things you need to avoid. So movements like fidgeting. So you cannot just hold your hands so tightly that you are showing the other person that yes, I'm nervous. It's okay to be nervous, but you cannot show the other person that nervousness or impatience is actually, revealing from your personality, from your face. You cannot show this thing to the person. And then clenching fists, again, just holding yourself so tightly. Biting lips is also a sign. Biting nails, playing with your ears, hairs, fingers during the interview are a strict no no, as these movements may distract the examiner while interviewing. So when you are doing these things, so definitely examiner cannot pay attention to what he is asking to you and what you are answering to him or her. So you can see this person here, he's giving speakings, and at the time of giving his speakings, he's just biting his nails. That's like really an indecent action he's doing right now. So you should avoid doing this. Then comes similarly, there are some other things also which you need to avoid. Those are rubbing your head or neck makes the examiner think of you being bored or not interested. Sometimes people start just rubbing their heads and using their fingers or hands to rub their necks. That's clearly a wrong action, because this depicts or reveals that you are feeling bored and you're frustrated because maybe you're not getting the answers for the questions. So just avoid doing these things in an interview. Then crossed arms, crossed legs are also not a good sign, as these make you look unapproachable. Instead, you should keep your shoulders relaxed. As I've already told you, that shoulders, you need to keep it down, keep it firm, as it shows your confidence and your involvement in the interview. And your involvement is the crucial part. You need to get yourself involved in the questions asked to you, and then only you can be into the questions and give proper answers for those questions. Then the point says try to nod your head while listening to the examiner questions. If you sit just like a robot, I have said, so definitely examiner will feel uncomfortable. So it reveals that yes, you are listening to the questions carefully. Then comes maintaining a fairly balanced smile. You can see this girl, she's maintaining a very beautiful smile on her face while facing the examiner. It will maintain positivity inside the speaking room. When you're giving a smile, now unnecessarily smile is not important. You cannot just smile and laugh unnecessarily. Just keep your smile like this for some answers where you feel that you are connected to the questions and connected to the answers. But for some questions, definitely there are some questions like related to environment, related to problems of the country, so definitely you cannot keep the smile on those questions. So you have to differentiate between those cases, that where you have to keep the smile and where you have to restrict yourself keeping the smile on your face. So now let's move to the eye contact part. So let's check out the important points. So the first point says keeping an eye contact with the examiner is must. It clearly shows your attention towards your interviewer. So whenever a question is asked towards you and you have to answer for that question, you cannot just look at the walls and look at the frames. You can say you can just watch out any other thing in the room but not the examiner. So in that case, you have to avoid doing this. You have to maintain a good eye contact with the examiner. Then comes avoid looking at the wall, whatever I've told you already, ceiling, or any other things placed in the room, as it will make your examiner uncomfortable while talking to you. So if you're giving an answer to the wall, so definitely examiner will sit quietly and he'll just wait to just make you finish your own sentence, and then he will ask you the other one. He will not take any interest in your speakings. So it's better to maintain a good eye contact with your examiner. Then comes maintaining an eye contact doesn't mean that you have to gaze at your interviewer. Avoid staring at him. Now, I'm saying that yes, you need to make an eye contact as the girl is maintaining, but do not stare at your examiner. Do not just look into the eyes of your examiner throughout, or you can say for 100%. You can look here and there, because as a human, we need to think while speaking. And when we are thinking, we have to move our head or move our eyes towards here and there. It improves our thinking process. So 80% you have to look into your examiner eyes and just answer your questions, and 20% you, for the thinking process or for the thinking part, you can look here and there and think about the ideas and opinion which you have to jot down while speaking. Then comes the next thing, that is dressing style. So let's check out the first point, which says for IELTS speaking interview, you can dress either casually or formally, as there is no compulsion of wearing only formals. Now, when you're giving, say, a company interview, then you have to wear formals and it's a compulsion there. But when you're giving an IELTS interview, that's just the interview which is there to check your English ability or English communication. So it's not important that you have to dress formally in that case. You can wear casual clothes as well. Then comes carry yourself tidy and your clothes should be ironed properly. But make sure that wherever or whatever you wear, either casual or formal clothes. It should be tidy and your clothes should be ironed. You cannot just wear untidy clothes and go to your interview room and then just making your impressions towards your examiner, because your first impression, as I said, is your last impression. So you can make your first impression by looking graceful. Now then comes try wearing professional colors. Now here I have given some example of professional colors for both the genders, for girls and boys. That they should wear something in black, gray, blue, brown, etc. It can be some other colors as well, because there are n number of colors you can wear, but it should be dark, it should look formal, but you can wear casual or denims as well. Avoid wearing flashy colors, like neon colors are the flashy ones. For example, I have written here bright orange, bright yellow, or any sort of neon color, because it actually catch our eyes, and it should not be like that in the speaking room. The environment is so calm and cozy. You cannot just ruin that environment by wearing flashy clothes. Now here I have just added a picture of some clothes which are worn by both the genders, males and females. Must remember that you have to dress for the interview and you are not dressing up for an occasion. So it's better that your dressing sense should be so tidy and so clean, and it should be proper according to the weather, and it will appeal the examiner towards you. So in that case, if I'll talk about males and females, they can both wear casual, formal and semi-formal clothes. Men can also wear a casual shirt with jeans or denims, but yes, flashy clothes should be avoided. For example, in case of males, they cannot just spike up their hairs, and they can wear accessories on the neck, on the, you can say, fingers, and they are wearing flashy clothes and gym clothes. That's purely a no-no. And for girls also, they cannot open their hairs and they can tie up their hairs before entering the speaking room. So there are some restrictions which girls and boys or men and women need to avoid. So I have already told you that what are the things which you need to do and what are the things you should avoid doing. So you should follow this pattern of body language for postures, for gestures, for eye contact, for dressing style. No doubt this section or this important part is not assessed in your speaking, but yes, if you are maintaining this section in a proper or appropriate way, so definitely it gonna increase your pants. So just all the best for your speaking test and do your best. Thanks for watching.